G'day everyone, it's Rich Mclean and Crystal the dog. There she is, in the bed. Oh no, that's the leaves next to the bed, how funny. But if you're receiving this email, video, it's because it's a heartfelt message from really what's me as a desperate person right now. I've been through the ringer, you could say. I have been angry for multiple reasons, but it has been an uphill battle my whole life. But basically, as time's gone on and things have evolved, one of the things led to another, and I've been catastrophically framed and scapegoated. So, in a nutshell, this message is for people who know that I work hard, that I give to people and have done so for over 20 years in altruism, helping people through dozens of agencies and thousands of talks and TV, radio, books, that kind of stuff. And I'm sending it to people who I think may be able to help me in the following way. This is because at the moment I'm excuse me, I'm actually squatting. I've lived for a whole 15 months in abject poverty after a suicide attempt. I know it's not a pretty story, but look, I've got a bit of a brain fart injury, and as well as a mental illness, and would you believe it, I've got cancer on the top of my head and my nose just here. But I've got to get all that seen to. But my immediate concerns is just being housed and fed. This catastrophic character assassination has gone so far that I can't go to police, I can't get a lawyer, and I can't be a whistleblower. So that kind of leaves me as a neutral, innocuous refugee, like a vagrant in my own democracy. So I guess as a victim of crime, this is really a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. That kind of oppression was the thing that led me to the misdiagnosis and my suicide, which I survived purely by chance because I was found unresponsive with no blood and no observable pulse, and then revived. So it's quite a miracle you're even seeing this. But then the kind of everything behind the government and how I was framed, the same oppression that caused that disaster and elongated the suffering covered it up. Now, like I said, I can't go to police because I was framed actually by a very powerful lawyer, which I didn't know about, who from anti-litigation, because he's on the legal bar of Australia and he informs government policy. So I've got a lot of legal issues and stuff, but just going on systemically via the government, I've reverse engineered this heinous victimisation, and I'm a banned whistleblower at IBAC, which oversees the police, and APRA, and ASIC, where I've had to go bankrupt, but I shouldn't have had to because movements conspired to keep me broke. ASIO and AGIS, who investigate ASIO, and the Commonwealth Ombudsman. Look, I've got a former partner who goes under numerous names, who's a kind of a white-collar criminal, very charming, but he worked for ASIO. Now, when you have a former partner who's got an inferior who works for ASIO and is protected by privilege, he still owes me hundreds of thousands of dollars in a legal and just separation from our relationship when we were together. Now, this is of course very difficult to do because I'm catastrophically character assassinated. Now, I've got a response from his lawyer. I just need to respond to his lawyer. Anyway, further on down the track, it went up and up, and then I thought I'd just blow everything out of the water by contacting the Office of Prime Minister and Cabinet for my freedom of information. This is because I'd spoken directly to the NDIA Minister Minister Reynolds and the Health Minister, who'd actually covered up some evidence years ago and kind of silenced that justice issue in which I was framed as an extortionist in the very same month that someone gave me $100,000 and they said it was a mistake, so I gave it back. So I asked my freedom of information from the Prime Minister and Cabinet, and they initially cited via the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner that it was too voluminous and it would take too much time to complete. I think it would have exposed this systemic corruption, and literally, not that I even want it, I just want a life free from persecution, simply with my dog and whatever. I'm owed multi-millions of dollars in detriment, but the Finance Minister Birmingham has rejected me, and the Office of Prime Minister and Cabinet have just said that I don't exist. Kind of weird for someone with a national and international profile as a human rights awarded artist and author and public illustrator and all that kind of stuff. So I contacted the Attorney General because I'd been rolled $1 million from the Australian Human Rights Centre, and AFCA was one that played the game in order to delay my prosperity, and so I blew the whistle on them. It's true, patience is not my virtue. I'm trying to be a kind person, and I am a kind person. However, and then there was the work cover case at Comcare. Well, that was set up to fail from the start, and it's now at the AAT, where it's most likely a total permanent disability work cover claim, which is like millions of dollars again. Not that I want it, all I want's a life free and content. However, the government, having already conspired to basically cause my suicide, have covered it up and now got a 25-year experienced lawyer to kick me in the head when it goes to a hearing in a couple of months. I need to get a lawyer, and it's within the Charter of Human Rights of People with a Disability that every public official and every government agent and employee not act outside that Charter of Human Rights of People with a Disability. And I guess so many have. It really renders quite a spectacular movement to oppress me. Now, the Attorney General sent me to SANE's helpline, and I specifically asked her, I said, can you please, I'm pointing out all this injustice, I need some action and intervention on the justice issues, and I really don't need welfare, but at this point I do need welfare, but justice would be nice too. Now, I'm just reading off here because I forget what to say. I do have some mental health issues. I've got I think an acquired brain injury. I live in this brain, and I know how forgetful I am now after I've lost all my blood. And the cancer diagnosis I've got to get seen to as well. But first of all, look, that's not going to grow in 2 weeks. I'm asking for your help in a sponsorship way that invests in the justice that is hopefully, God willing, coming to me. This movement to oppress me can't go on forever. The good news about life is things that change, and I've lived for 15 months in abject poverty. My rent's $1,646 a month, and I get $700 a fortnight on Centrelink, so I've had to borrow, plead and beg to even survive with me and Crystal. And in addition, the government's suing me for publishing some stuff on a website. It's an absurd level of gaslighting, And it does make me question reality, as if like, can this really happen to me? But I'm strong in my constitution. I know what's right, and the reason they locked me up was the first time I've been locked up 3 times now was because they said I had delusions of persecution. However, upon release after my suicide attempt, the psychiatrist had to admit he's grossly aware, he's not psychotic nor delusional, and they gave me some other label. So it's malpractice. They gave me medication I didn't need. They took away medication I did need. It's just been a real hard journey. I'm appealing for your support as a person who's personally knows me, or your organisation knows me, and that you would keep this confidential. I've put a password on it, and that you may share it with people who you may think could help in a financial way in terms of investing. I want to put that in there because I don't consider it possible that this movement to oppress me, that is so catastrophically huge, could ever not get an atonement at some point. And the money that you invest, and I say invest now, means that you'll get 100% of it back. And additionally, because I'm not money orientated, I'll give another 25% or whatever you want to a charity of your choice or a person you support. In actual fact, I plan, if I do get a lot of reimbursement and compensation and detriment paid to me, then I'm just going to lay low, live a Buddhist life, and actually sponsor some marginalised people like trans kids, the Banksy unit at the Royal Children's Hospital, and some artists and people in complex positions that don't have privilege or a voice. That's what I plan to do. I've always done that. You know me. You know that I've done that for many years. I've fundraised for the Royal Children's Hospital. I've spoken from everywhere, from Montreal to Parliament House to Dubbo and Warrnambool on TV and radio and stuff. So I guess what I'm saying is I invite your help. I've got a website called killhim.info. I'll put a pay ID down there just in case you want to help me in the meantime. I'm happy to accept not only investments in justice that will be rewarded and then some, but I'm happy to accept friendships, cup of teas, phone calls, and comments of support in that, or just words of encouragement. It's been a very lonely journey. There wasn't a person in the world who responded to a suicide attempt and the injustice of that, because I guess I was victim blamed for, in a double jeopardy way to as an attention seeker. The office of the chief psychiatrist said that, well, you can't kill yourself every time you don't get what you want. And I think, well, that is just the problem. That's a systemic prejudice, and it's already ingrained within people. Now, I know death's a taboo thing, and my sexual abuse case that didn't get up and was kicked out, and my 2 VOCAT cases that didn't get up, and all these other government agencies that didn't get there. And I wondered and wondered and wondered, and now, 15 months on from my so-called fatal injury, as the Freedom of Information would say, I'm past my eviction notice date, and I'm kind of squatting, waiting for the police. Now, they're going to come with a VCAT ruling to move me on. I've already asked Services Victoria, and I'm already on the housing register, and I'm already been rejected from the DHHS. So my plan of action is to speak from the heart, ad lib, and say, who are the people that know me? Who might be willing, if they don't have the prosperity, to invest with me and my justice? Then they may be able to talk to someone they know, or they may be able to talk to a lawyer, or they may be able to talk to an advocate, or someone independent, probably not too attached to the government. Now, I know that a lot of people on this list will be attached to government agencies and DHHS and, other government organisations. The auspice of that oversees it all, the top notches said I don't exist. So I have a rational paranoia that people have already been informed to stand against me, but hopefully by speaking from the heart like I am, and just asking you shall receive. I don't want a glamorous life. I just want to live simply, away from death threats at the window, and live a peaceful life and a simple life whilst I pursue the justice that's happening. So thank you for listening. It's Dr. Rich Mclean. Yes, I did get my doctorate. Nearly killed me. I shouldn't joke about that. I've still got a good sense of humour. I'm still here. I'm still queer. I still drink beer, and I still believe in human rights and advocacy. And it really has been the fight of my life. And it's come the time I've been so catastrophically framed. I need help to reach out for people who knew me from a prior life at richmclean.com.au. Thanks for listening. I hope you can help me in a financial way that would help, and that will be an investment back to you. And in addition, I might say that there was a payout many years ago, and I've just proven mathematically that I was insured for more units. So I'm arguing with the insurance company, and it should be quite a lot of money, but I mean, I don't have an advocate, and I need someone to stand in for me and be that person. So maybe you might know someone, or maybe you could share this, or maybe you could show it to a friend who values the work that I've done over the years. Okay, so it's Rich Mclean signing off. Thanks for listening. Have a great night. I'm so embarrassed about the lube there. Oh well, and just be good to yourselves. That's all I can say. It's actually been really humbling being a vagrant, an infamous vagrant, because it keeps you humble. So thanks for listening, and I hope to hear from you. Thank you.